What's up, guys? Welcome to the replay. If you are catching this later, you may need to fast forward a little bit because I am going to wait a little while for people who are actually coming in live to get logged in. So if you need to fast forward a little bit, go ahead and do so. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. We're talking about body types today, but I'm just giving y'all a second to come in. Can someone let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if everything is good? Because this is my first time. There's a plane above me, but this is my first time going live from up here, so I want to make sure that it's good. So somebody check in, let me know that you can hear the sound. I'm assuming I'm not talking to myself if y'all are still here. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, we are talking about body types this morning. I think this is so important to talk about. I tend to have this meeting or host this meeting at least a couple times a year within my coaching program, just because I realize that so many people are confused when it comes to body types. So, that's why I wanted to make sure that we touched on this. Of course, I'm going to open it up for questions. If you want to throw your question in the chat, just so that you don't forget or put it in the question box, you definitely can. And I'll go over them as I go through my notes. So, first, we need to determine what our body type is. And the reason you need to determine what your body type is so that you can make sure that you are eating and working out according to your body type and not just according to something that you see on the internet. Okay. So there are three main body types. And before I tell you guys what these body types are, I want to make you aware that you can be a mix of these body types. But for most people, you're at least going to have a primary body type. Okay. So you guys may have heard of these before. They're endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. All right. So let's start with the mesomorph. This is going to be someone who is like a medium bone structure. They may have an athletic body or the typical hourglass type of body shape. These people tend to carry their weight pretty evenly. They're even with the butt, right? Their chest, their waist. They tend to just be very even. When they lose weight, they also tend to lose weight evenly. So this is not the type of person who's going to say, oh, when I lose weight, it always takes my stomach last to go. This is not that person. Mesomorph is losing their weight evenly. Okay. The second type is ectomorph. Now, I highly doubt that anyone who is watching this live or who's following me is an ectomorph, but ectomorph are those people that we kind of look at like, you don't even know the struggle, right? These are the people who they can eat whatever they want, it seems, and they just tend to always be very thin. These people are thin from top to bottom. So just like how the mesomorph is kind of even in the sense that their proportions are even, the person who is an ectomorph tends to just be the same size, very slender all around. Okay. The next you have is the endomorph. This is where a lot of my clients and followers fall. Endomorph, and this is also my body type. So let's talk about it. Endomorph is the body type where we tend to carry our weight in our belly. Oh, God help us, right? We tend to carry our weight in our belly and we're constantly dealing with that stubborn belly fat. Now, a couple things I didn't tell you about the first two body types, right? When we're talking about the mesomorph and the ectomorph. These body types tend to be 70% genetic, right? So they just have this body type just because this is what runs in their family. It's a genetic thing, okay? With the endomorph, though, our body type tends to be only 30% genetic. This is the part you don't want to miss. I really want you to catch this part. If you're an endomorph and you're thinking, yeah, I'm the one who carries the weight in my belly. When I lose weight, the belly is the last thing to go. For us, it is only 30% genetic, meaning that we can't sit here and just blame it on, past generations and blame it on things being passed down to us. There are other reasons why we may have this body type. Okay. So let's talk about what those are. Some of the reasons why you may be carrying a lot of weight in the belly and you may be less efficient at burning fat actually may have to do with either a hormonal imbalance or maybe even some form of insulin resistance. Can y'all still hear me when these planes be going over? I hope the mic is miking. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hopefully we're good. But for us, it tends to not be genetic. So what does that mean? It means that there's some kind of imbalance or something that is causing us to retain our weight in that way. A lot of the times it's a form of hormonal imbalance. It can be insulin resistance, but y'all, it can also be stress, right? So stress you can also carry in the belly, and that comes from a hormone in our body called cortisol. You guys may have heard of that, right? So cortisol is what causes us, or is our stress hormone. So if you have a lot of cortisol in your body, then you could also be carrying the weight in your belly. This is why it's so important for endomorphs, or people who tend to carry weight in the belly, to ensure that you are actually working out for your body type. What does this mean? You see a mesomorph on IG, and I know there's a ton of them. All the mesomorphs got all the followers, right? Because that's the ideal standard body type. Everybody wants that good old hourglass figure. However, if you're an endomorph and you're mimicking the exercise of a mesomorph, please know you are highly likely not to get the same results. Okay? A mesomorph, a really great thing about a mesomorph is they lose their weight evenly. So when they say, I want to go lose weight, and they decide, hey, I'm going to take the route of just going hard on the cardio, like that's the route I'm taking. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm into. So they go cardio, cardio, cardio. They're doing HIIT classes. They're doing step classes, right? They're running. They're doing Stairmaster HIIT. They're doing all this crazy type of stuff. And you think, oh, let me go do that because this person is losing weight. Clearly, they're documenting it. What they're doing is working. Yes, it is working for them and their body type. So when you go and you try to mimic the things that they're doing, even if you do lose some body fat, please know you're not going to go from an endomorph carrying weight in your belly to a mesomorph just from doing that type of cardio. If an endomorph, somebody who's carrying weight in the belly, wants to go more towards the mesomorph body type, which you can do with exercise a little bit, right? Like, be reasonable. It's not plastic surgery. It's, what you can do naturally. When you do that, it's going to take you to take a different approach. You're going to first have to find out, why am I carrying weight in my belly? What is it? Is it my hormones? Am I having some type of insulin resistance? Is it cortisol, right? Is it stress? Am I not sleeping well enough? What is it? Then you need to correct that root, right? Correct whatever it is that's wrong with that. If it's a hormone thing, do you need HRT? Do you need to do supplementation? Is it just lifestyle adjustments that you need to make, right? Focus on those things first. And then you have to be strategic with how you're going to choose to work out. I would not recommend for an endomorph to go super hard on the cardio, because think about it, y'all. Maybe you'll lose some of that body fat, right? But it's not like you're going to transform it. A lot of times we think, oh, fat turns into muscle. I posted about that on my story the other day. Fat is its own thing, its own entity, and muscle is its own entity. The only thing that you can do is lose the body fat and put on muscle. So endomorph, this is what you do. Of course, you're going to have to do maybe a little bit of cardio here and there. And when I say cardio, I'm more so talking about chill stuff, right? So a little bit of walking, making sure that you're being active in general. But weight train. Weight training is going to shift your body. Weight training is going to transform your body. When you weight train, you have the ability to put on muscle in places where you may not naturally have just carried that curve. This is where you can build up your glutes, the booty. This is where you can build up your lats, the back. When you build up your lats, you make the appearance that your waist is smaller. Okay? You make the appearance. It's just an illusion. Even when you see like the bikini bodybuilder girls, right, doing shows, you notice that they have really broad shoulders and they have this wide V across their back because it's making their waist look smaller than it actually is. Okay, it's an illusion. And then you build the glutes. You focus on your diet to get the fat off. You guys got it? You following me? Right? Focus on your diet to get the weight off. If you're an endomorph and you go the other route and you say, you know what, I see all these other people losing weight doing a ton of cardio, I'm going to just do it. Like, forget whatever Cookie's talking about. Remember that your fat isn't distributed like the people that you're seeing. So when you lose that weight, you may lose a little bit in your belly, but the belly's still going to be there because we haven't done body recomposition. You haven't adjusted the way that the split that you have between muscle and fat in your body. Are y'all following me? Okay. So we now know that we have ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, right? And we know that these three body types are completely different. We know that for endomorphs, you have to particularly be really careful about not doing too much cardio because, for one, you may be worsening whatever's causing you to hold the weight in the belly because we know that only 30% of endomorphs are naturally just genetically endomorphs. We know that for most of us, it comes from something else, some other root cause that we need to address. So you're addressing your root cause, and then you're working on what? Weight training and a small amount of cardio. Okay. This is my recommendation for endomorphs, people carrying their weight in the belly. So I want to open it up for questions. And while I wait for you guys to ask any questions that you may have about this topic or anything else, I want to tell y'all a couple things I have coming up. One is that I am opening coaching spots this spring for people looking to either meet or work towards their goals for summer. So if you're interested in that, just send me a DM. It's super casual. You can also apply online if you want to at cookiemiller.com. But if you want to send me a DM and ask questions first, you can. And then the other thing is the blueprint session. Blueprint session is really good if you're like, I don't know, I'm not quite ready to commit to coaching, or if you're new to following me and you're like, I don't know you like that to be, hiring you as a coach, then the blueprint session is great. It's a 2-hour session. You're going to give me all your information, what you're currently doing, what you've done in the past, any diagnosis that you have, supplements that you're taking. We're going over everything, and then I'm going to spit it right back to you and tell you what you should be doing instead. The blueprint call is great if you kind of want to have a coach from afar, where it's like we check in every few months. You do a quick little blueprint call. I give you everything that you need. You come back and let me know how things have gone, and then we adjust from there. If you're interested in the blueprint call, also just send me a DM saying blueprint, and I'll send you the link to schedule that. So I did not see any questions that came in while I was giving y'all my whole little rundown. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. I hope that you guys like this setup, because maybe I'll come out here and do some lives a little bit more. I hope you guys learned a lot. Thanks for coming to the live. Bye.